NUC NFL Draft Bible on location.
Ric Serritella, NFL Draft Bible on location with Coach Mariucci. Now, Coach, you had a chance to spend a lot of time with these prospects. I see you on Game Changers. You had the quarterbacks in the chalk room doing a little chalk talk. So, the two quarterbacks are going to go 1 and 2. If you were building a franchise, which one stood out to you? Which is the one guy that you think could hoist that Vince Lombardi trophy?
You're going to make me pick one, aren't you?
You put him on my producer.
Yeah, Jared Goff and Carson Wentz are two great prospects. Obviously, a couple of teams feel that way, giving up the ranch to go up and get them.
Yeah.
And giving up so many picks in the future to have that franchise quarterback. Great kids. There are no red flags. They're workers. They're good guys in the locker room. They're talented. The whole thing. They're driven. And I, who knows how it'll fall. My guess is that Jared Goff will stay home in California.
The golden boy.
Yeah. He's from Marin Catholic High School right there, and he went to Cal, and the Rams have to have a chance to grab this guy, and the 49ers don't get him. I know they love that, and so I think that's where that's going to fall. Carson Wentz is this more athletic type of guy that will be great in Doug Peterson's West Coast offense. So I think it's a good fit. It might not fall that way. Who knows? But that's where I'm guessing.
He did a great job dancing around that question, didn't he? Now listen, the future of quarterbacks. Are you a little bit concerned? You take a look around the league. Tom Brady, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Drew Brees.
What are you saying? They're getting old?
They're getting old, and I think there's a little bit of concern about the quarterbacks coming out of college. Is that a concern for you with the spread offenses, the simplistic, dumbed down? I don't want to say dumbed down, but they come to the NFL. I did, but they come to the NFL. They get a playbook like this. Is this something? Is that why we're seeing teams give up so much to get quarterbacks? You take a look at free agency and Osweiler and Bradford getting all this money. Do you think teams are kind of looking ahead at that?
The quarterback is in some ways an endangered species. Okay, there's not many coming up. There aren't enough starting quarterbacks in the world to go around to 32 teams. Let's just say that, and that's not a slight on all of those quarterbacks that are playing in the National Football League, first, second, and third string guys, because they're all very talented. But that franchise guy, the long-term guy that sticks around for another contract or two, it's hard to find. You got to be lucky. You got to stay healthy. You got to be on a good team. You got to have a good supporting cast. There are a lot of variables.
Ladies and gentlemen,
the Andrew Lucks of the world are coming up. The last year we drafted two guys early with Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston. You know what? They're fine. They're going to be great, and we're going to have probably more than just the two this year too. So quarterbacks are training when they're this big now. They're learning the fundamentals of the position, and they're getting a lot of coaching coming up. I'm still waiting for a class like the 1983 quarterback class with Elway and Marino and that bunch. But
don't forget about Ken O'Brien.
Ken O'Brien. So when the old guys leave, when the Favres leave, and the Steve Youngs leave, and Aikmans, then somebody else has got to take their place on that pedestal, and so we'll have our guys. We'll develop those guys.
All right. Let's switch it up to Game Changers, because that's a show I have a lot of fun watching. You had a chance to sit down with guys, kind of get a feel for their personality. Had some interesting characters on there this year.
Always do.
And let's start off with the wide receivers. Michael Thomas, Farrell Cooper, some other guys out there. Anybody stick out to you more than the others?
Braxton Miller was one of those receivers too. Who sticks out is Michael Irvin sticks out because he's absolutely crazy on that show. But like I mentioned, the two Ohio State guys, Braxton Miller was a quarterback with a big-time winning record as a starting quarterback. So he's going to make the jump to receiver. That'll be fun to watch. We had the quarterbacks too. We got to know Goff and Wentz and Connor Cook and Kevin Hogan and Vern Adams. The defensive line probably was our best group ever with Robert Kimdiche. He's a character now, that kid. And Shaq Lawson and Shalik Calhoun, Cowser. what's fun, Rick, is I get to know these guys before the draft. We exchange phone numbers and everything. We text during the year. We stay in touch. Like we had Tyler Lockett last year, right? So he returns a kick for 103 yards for Seattle, right?
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, well, he had the ball in the wrong hand, so I texted him before the game was over. I said, listen, congratulations, nice run. Now, next time, put the ball in the other hand, will ya? I got you, coach, you know. So it's kind of fun staying in touch with these kids.
That's cool. Can DJ teach you any of those dance
The Tai Chi stuff. Yeah, he says he's going to Tai Chi over Eli Manning. What's wrong with that kid?
And he wants to sack Andy Dalton.
Where did that come from?
Now, man, we're having fun with Coach Mariucci. Last one for you. Can you give us one of, I'm sure you have many, but a fun war room story from your NFL draft experience? Something that stands out to you? Anything interesting that you can give us a behind the scenes look of what it's like inside the war room?
Yeah, so the war, the draft board, the big board, and you're talking about 1,000 players' names up there, and there's a lot of work by the scouts year round, right? And then the coaches jump in after the season. But it's supposed to stay secretive, right? So it's like you tell your guys, I don't want you to be talking to your friends or the media about where we have our board ranked and all that kind of stuff. And then I've seen some teams actually close it down, lock it up at night when they're done because they're afraid that somebody's going to take a picture now with a cell phone and get it out.
Yeah, the Cowboys board leaked a couple of years ago. They had the Cowboys board leaked or something.
There's a leak in every building, and so you like all these reporters, they have a source, right, in the building. I don't know who they are, but that draft stuff is really secretive, right?
Oh yeah.
And so it's like the Holy Grail. I mean, it's like whoa,
right?
And so and then there's a lot of fibbing going on the month preceding the draft.
The smoke.
Nobody don't believe anything you hear from clubs because they don't want you to know. There's Jared Goff right there. Look at that, Cal Bear.
There he is.
Yeah.
Be playing in your neck of the woods. Well, Coach, from one Paisan on the West Coast to another Paisan on the East Coast, glad we could meet up in the Midwest.
All right. Thanks, sir. All right, Rick. Boom.
NUC NFL Draft Bible on location.